Hi and welcome students. Today's tutorial will cover Microsoft Access 2016 and how to use the property sheet. Today's video is a request from Karen. Karen says, "Hi, can you please do a video on the property sheet and the use of this? I'm finding your videos really helpful. Thank you." Alright Karen, absolutely I could do that. Thank you for your comment, and let's go ahead and get started on learning about the property sheet. Well, in Microsoft Excel I've created a table right here that contains data on inventory for a snack bar, and I've also created an inventory report right here. Now you'll notice that whenever you open a report, it opens by default in report view. Okay, you can find your view by going to the home tab, and then the far button on the left is the views group, and you can click the view arrow right there to see what view you're in. Report view doesn't allow you to do much besides sorting and filtering. You can sort data, you can filter data, but report view doesn't really allow you to do much else. Next is print preview. This is how it will look if it's printed. And so I see right here it's printing onto one page, and then if I click on this next page down here, we see it goes printing onto two. And you can see obviously page 2 doesn't look very good. So how can I fix these problems? Well, I could close print preview and I could go to the layout view right here, and now here's where the property sheet comes in. When I'm in the layout view, I can take a look at all these different labels right here. I could click on pretty much anything, and I can even adjust, say, the title if I wanted to. I could put inventory and then start to type report, something like that, and I could press enter to finalize it. Now keep in mind that I can adjust things up here like the title, the date, and the time, but I cannot adjust actual data, so don't try to do that. Now, let's say that I want to use the property sheet to adjust maybe the width of these rows that I can, or the columns that I could fit everything onto one page. Well, let's go to the Report Layout Tools Design tab, the Tools group, and let's click right here on Property Sheet. Alright, so this is the property sheet in Microsoft Access. I use this quite a bit depending on what I'm doing in Access. So right now I want to format a report. Let's say that in this report I'm looking through it and I want to change some of the things within it, especially when it comes to, let's say, this item ID label. Okay, now you'll see item ID. The item IDs are pretty thin overall, and the item ID column is pretty large. Now I could actually use the property sheet to adjust the width, the height of the column, as well as a bunch of other options right in here. So you guys can see all these options. I could adjust the font size in here. I could adjust the font name. Keep in mind, this is in a report where it's expected to be printed, or at least a PDF copy, or some sort of electronic copy. It's going to get sent out, so I want to make sure this looks good. So I could go in here and I could adjust the width from, say, 1.4. Let's try 1.0 and press enter, and you'll see right there that it reduces it down. I could also use the sizing handles right over here to increase or decrease, and I could see that when I decreased it down to right there, it changed it to 0.633 over here on the width. Okay, now we see as we go down here, we have this one right here, and we see that the price total right down here, it's too short for the actual area that it's in. You guys will see the 185 is getting cut off. We can adjust that in the property sheet by changing the height. It's currently 0.1667. If I change it to, say, 0.25 and pressed enter, you'll see that now it fits within that area. Okay, now the cool thing about the layout view is that it gives us guidelines of where our page begins and where our page ends. So right here on, say, storage location, that width is much too large. So I could go over here and I could adjust the width down to, say, let's try 1.5 and press enter. And you'll see that it's getting reduced down. The category, we could say that one on the width, we could do 1.5 as well and press enter. And you can see as you start to use this property sheet to adjust the height and the width of your columns, it'll actually help you on getting this down to one page. So we see down here it still says page 1 of 1. That's a bit of redundant data, so I'm going to click on that and go to delete. Okay, and you'll see here as I scroll down, it doesn't look like this is going to be on 2 pages, except for this quantity and stock column still hanging over just a little bit. Again, I could adjust the width down. Let's try 0.5 on this one. Notice that's too short. Okay, I could always extend it back out by using the property sheet as well. Let's say to 1. It's still too short, so I could do 1.25 here. Alright, so now that that's the correct size, we see that the item field is a little bit too large. I could adjust the width down on that to, say, 2, and we're getting closer and closer. Now I can always just click and drag on any of these right here, and now we see that we're within our size range. So that's a little bit about what the property sheet does. Keep in mind, you can also click on any of these labels right here to adjust anything on your page. So it's a quick way to, let's say I wanted the, let's say I wanted the title or something to be adjusted. I could go to label right here, label 0, and I could adjust these, or I could click right up here on the auto header and I could adjust the font size or really anything else from the property sheet. So it's just a nice little side panel to adjust your property settings. So hopefully that answers your question, Karen, on a little bit about the property sheet, what it does, and how you can adjust not only reports but also forms and things of that nature in Microsoft Access by using it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have a request yourself, put it in the comment section, and please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching and have a great day.